Alyssa, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, guys.
Hey.
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing outstanding. Thank you very much.
Good.
How was finishing at New Orleans? That looked like that was a heck of a lot of fun. What was your favorite thing that you ate for this taste of the NFL?
That's wrong to ask me that question. Man, so the chicken wings that I had on Sunday were incredible, but I have to say overall, the banana saucer. Oh my God, it was delicious.
Can't go wrong with a little buttered banana with some caramel sauce.
And the rum and the caramel and the ice. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
I had it twice. It was so good.
Hey, Alyssa, we've had a couple hours to digest this Ole Miss loss, and I mean, we saw South Carolina kind of whoop A&M, and it was a bad loss for Arkansas fans, and for Arkansas, we get it. Can you help kind of comfort us a little bit with some comfort food of your own for these fans out here, because they're ready to fire everybody and change quarterbacks and do everything. And we get a bye week. You got 3 games left. There's a chance you win 2 of these 3, win a bowl game. You could win 3 of your last 4. Now that we've had a little bit of a chance to digest it, kind of what are your thoughts now with Arkansas these next 3 games?
You know what? I just keep telling people who I've talked to over the last couple of days that sometimes you just have to give credit where credit was due. And Ole Miss is that good of a football team, and they came in as the better football team on Saturday, and that is going to happen. They dominated that football game, and now it's time to move on. I think you also have to look at some of the circumstances of the fact that Taylor Green did not play the second half, and I thought that Malachi came in and played okay and did well continuing to move the offense and move the football. You did not have Jaquindon Jackson. You had a very beat-up Rodney Hill. But, Braylon Russell in that moment, it was good to see him out there, but it's also maybe a little bit of too big of a moment for him right now at the time. The biggest issue is the secondary, and you got to figure out what's going on there in the backfield or in the secondary that is making it so easy for teams to just pick apart, because we've seen it against LSU. We've seen it against Ole Miss now. What has changed from the beginning of the year and against Oklahoma State and against Texas A&M? And I mean, Mississippi State is who they are, and Auburn. But what's changed, right? And can you go back to doing what you were doing before when you were having success back there in the secondary? But other than that, I'm not going to sit here and tear apart this Arkansas team bit by bit by bit, when quite frankly, Ole Miss was just the better football team on Saturday.
Well, I mean, if they can't clean up at cornerback and in the secondary and figure out some way to slow down these pass attacks,
do you think both you guys? Do you think something happened because the LSU game, guys? We tackled. We didn't cover as well. We gave it, but we tackled better. The Ole Miss game, we didn't cover our tackle well, and they just had explosive plays. It was kind of like how we talk about Taylor Green's progression. He's getting better each week. We like it. It's almost like that secondary's kind of taken a step back in the last couple weeks.
Well, it's almost like the secondary. I talked to DJ about this. Maybe got a little too overconfident, and because we're going to question everything. Hudson Clark comes back. Has that shifted or changed anything from a dynamic standpoint in the backfield as well? I'm not trying to single out Hudson Clark, but that's been a change that they have made. He is back in on the football field, and he's playing a different position. He's moved. Is that the most beneficial thing for this secondary, to have him where he's playing right now? I think that the little celebrations and the Tweety Bird arms, it's almost like they got a little too overconfident in some places, and they gotta play a little bit better. But yeah, if they don't change it up and change their attitude and almost get back to having that chip on their shoulder, then it's going to be ugly.
Well, the defense has to pull their end of the bargain, and I thought that they were for just about every game this year outside of, couldn't hold the lead against Oklahoma State. That wasn't all on them. And the LSU, I actually thought they did most of what they needed to do to at least give the offense a chance. The thing is the offense has to be able to get to a point where you can maybe win a game that you're in the 30s with, and that's the issue. We haven't seen them be able to do that against a quality defense yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and that's where you got to ask yourself, okay, what does the dynamics look like? Like, how much is a fully healthy Taylor Green different from a not healthy Taylon Green or Jaquindon Jackson, like, we've seen this run game drop off drastically. Now, they're playing SEC teams, and Jaquindon's been beat up, but he has even said, I'm a different guy when I'm fully healthy. Well, he's not fully healthy right now. And if you can't establish a run, which we thought at the beginning of the season was going to be their most talented group on the offense, and now they're having a really hard time running the football against quality defenses. And Taylon is still with being able to spread the football. We saw it against Mississippi State, but again, Mississippi State's defense is terrible. Anyone can throw and catch against Mississippi State's defense. And so maybe we're starting to see a little bit of cracks in this offense and a chemistry issue with this offense that we weren't seeing early on just because of the quality of defenses they were playing.
Hey, Alyssa, there's a lot going on this Tuesday with the election, and then the football committee is going to come out with their first poll. That when I looked in the top 24, there's 8 SEC teams in the top 24, 4 in the top 12 right now, just in the AP poll. When you see this Ole Miss Georgia game coming up this Saturday, is this just like a true playoff game where if Ole Miss wins, they're going to be in this playoff 12?
I think it's a good chance. I think it's a really good opportunity because both of them won't be. And so this game right here is going to determine most likely which one will be. That's how big of a game this is. That's how big of an opportunity it is. And I think that Georgia still has a few weaknesses that Ole Miss can take advantage of. I'm curious to see if this Georgia defense and Kirby Smart can slow down what Ole Miss is doing offensively right now. It's going to be a fantastic football game. But, yeah, this is it for both of these teams who came into the season with playoff expectations. And now we're looking at a 2-loss SEC team still getting into the college football playoffs with this 12-team expansion. And it's going to be one of these two. We just have to see who wins on Saturday. It's going to be pretty fascinating.
Alyssa, I'll end by just giving you the floor and allowing you to take a World Series victory lap. You got that World Series champion shine. I can hear it in your voice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And see, all of that panic from April was for no reason. I when they won in 2020, I was jumping on my couch up and down screaming. When they won on Wednesday night, I was in shock. One, that game was shocking, first and foremost. But I was just in shock. I just sat there in awe, and I don't think I really started, I didn't tear up until I watched the parade on Friday. I just really love being a Dodgers fan. They make me very, very happy. And I need a little bit of happiness right now because my football teams are trash.
Well, you deserve that happiness, Alyssa, and I love the way that you put it. Nice and simple, but it really fits. Thanks for me.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, NHL to entertainment and political props. Head to BetOnline today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here.